So this is Arise 777. Always a joy, always a delight to come your way. So if you just connected, this is Arise 777, where we seek to admonish and encourage individuals to know that they can arise to their maximum potential if they pay attention to their attitude, all right, relationships, and then integrity, their character, security or spirituality, and then excellence. Now, we've been traveling on this journey for a while, and for the past few weeks, we've been looking at how we can grow in our relationships. So we looked at many things, but tonight or today, we want to look at how can we connect with people. How can I connect with people? Before I continue, I want to take this opportunity to express my sincerest condolence and condolences to Dr. John Maxwell. On the 4th of July, he lost his father. Did he lose him? No, I don't think so. The father transited to the next stage of his life at the age of 98 on America's Independence Day. What a day to die. And I'm not saying this by myself. John Maxwell said it. What a day to die. And I know that by now he is really resting with the Lord his God. So thank you, Dr. John Maxwell. Accept and receive our condolences. We pray for your mom, and then we pray for your entire family, that the Spirit of God will encourage and console you, comfort you as you go through this season of mourning. So please remember to pray for my mentor and coach for me, okay, Dr. John Maxwell. Please remember him. The dad passed away. It's a celebration of life because the dad served all of his life. So thank you, and God richly bless you. I think one of the days we should just pick up a topic and deal with blessings from the Father, and then we'll give you some principles that he lived his life with. But I think one of the fundamental principles that even Dr. Marvin Maxwell, that is John Maxwell's dad, lived with was knowing how to live with people, connect with people. Even in his old age, when he was in the seniors home, he was connecting with people around him and serving them all. So let's look at how can I connect with people? How can we connect with people? We'll briefly look at maybe 4 or 5 basic things before we move on. Okay. So first of all, I want you always to know that what we are utilizing is Relationship 101 by John Maxwell, and then we put in 1 or 2 things from other sources. Let's begin with this quote. Okay. Always remember, the heart comes before the head. I want you to remember, when it comes to dealing with people, when it comes to relationships, always remember that the heart comes before the head. All right, say it to your friend, say it to your neighbor if you're watching and listening. Just say to him, when it comes to dealing with people, dealing with human beings, always remember that the heart comes before the head. Very important. Okay. Let me add a second quote that is related to this. You can't move people to action unless you first move them with emotion. The heart comes before the head. Okay. So we are talking about people, dealing with people, relating with people. And today we are looking at how can we really connect effectively and efficiently with people. I don't know whether you've gone to places where some leaders have come to give a speech or speak, and when they mounted in the first few minutes, you just tune off because it was like, no, the guy wasn't able to connect with you. And what about sitting in places where leaders come and immediately, I mean, you just know that this guy is connected with me, and you can't even just take your eyes off the person. It's not oratory per se, but it is a way of connecting with people. So we are looking at how do we connect with people. So first of all, don't forget about the quote. First of all, the heart comes first. Okay, always remember that the heart comes first. So John Maxwell says, you first have to touch people's heart before you ask them for a hand. Now, all great communicators recognize this. They recognize this truth and act on it almost instinctively. All great communicators do that. Okay, they recognize it. They recognize that, look, for you to connect with people, first of all, you have to really connect with them in their heart first. You have to win their heart before you can win their hands, okay, or their help. Okay, very important. You can't move people to action with the quote that we said unless you first move them with emotion. The heart comes before the head. So look at an illustration from here. An outstanding orator, an African American leader of the 19th century was Frederick Douglass. That's very important. African American leader. I know right now we are looking at Black Lives Matters, but basically in the presence of God, every life matters. We understand the sentiment, we understand the conditions, and we know that what is happening is not the best of its kind. But as I've been saying, I personally believe that if we all will first of all value the existence of God and believe that all of us have been created in the image of God, we will, from God's perspective, value lives no matter the pigmentation that they possess. Okay, so Frederick Douglass, it is said that he had a remarkable ability to connect with people and move their hearts, move their heart when he spoke. So what is said, a historian, Leon Bennett, wrote about Douglass and said this, I quote, he could make people laugh, okay? He could make people laugh at a slave owner preaching the duties of Christian obedience. He could make people laugh, could make them see the humiliation of a black maiden ravished by a barrier slave owner, okay? But a brutal slave owner. He could do that, could make them hear the sobs of a mother separated from her child. Through him, people could cry, they could curse and feel. Through him, they could live slavery, unquote. You see, so he's preaching about slavery and is able to connect with the people in terms of painting the picture so clear, so vivid. Let me go back for you, maybe to create an understanding and clarity for you. So this is what is said of him. Okay, so the historian Bennett said of Douglass in trying to authenticate the reality and the effect of his ability to communicate or connect with people, had this to say. I quote, he could make people laugh at a slave owner preaching the duties of Christian obedience, could make them see the humiliation of a black maiden ravished by a brutal slave owner, and could make them hear the sobs of a mother separated from her child. Through him, people could cry, could curse, and feel. Through him, they could live slavery, unquote. You see, so with the first way to connect with people, want to connect with people, is make sure that your heart is right towards them. Okay, the heart comes first. That's the first point I want us to think about and get to know. So if you want to connect well with people, please make sure you have a good heart towards them. Okay, you understand them. You know what they are going through. You know what they are feeling. You know, okay, what they may even be dreaming of, or what keep them awake at night, what keep them crying. Okay, my name once again is Pastor De-Graft, and this is Arise 777, where we believe and God believes that we can arise to our maximum potential if we pay attention to our attitude, to our relationships, to our integrity, that is character, to our spirituality and for security, and then to our excellence, ensuring that whatever we are doing, we do it with excellence. So thank you so much for connecting so far, because today we are still looking at how to grow in our relationship, and what we are looking at is trying to answer the question, how can I connect with people? And what we are saying is that according to Relationship 101, written by John Maxwell, okay, he says, first of all, the heart must come first. So you connect with people, first of all, emotionally, in your heart, by how you feel about them, how you understand them, how you really seek to know them better. Okay, second thing I want to talk about is not just the heart, after making sure that your heart goes after the people. You care indeed, truly, genuinely care for them and love them. The next thing is to connect in public and in private. You see, if you want to connect with people, work hard, look around, make sure that you are connecting with them both in public and in private. So in private, you think about them, you study about them, you read about them, you research about them, you seek to understand them. And then in public, okay, so in private, deep in your heart, you talk well about them and speak well about them and think well about them. And then in public also you affirm it. Okay, so let me see. So connecting with people isn't something that needs to happen only when communicating to groups of people. That's not the only one. Okay, when you're communicating to groups of people, it needs to happen with individuals too. So you have to learn and not just standing before a group of people. And the stronger the relationship between individuals, the more beneficial it will be, and more likely the follower will want to help the leader. So the more intimate, okay, personal it is. That is one of the most important principles I have to learn, and you have to learn, and we have to learn. Okay. As for many years, John himself learned it. I am learning it. You have to learn it. Because if you want to really relate with people very well in public, it has to begin in private. Okay. So it's very important. Now, this is what John Maxwell will always say. And I quote, and I will say it, and let me quote it for us as we learn to connect with people. First of all, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Just repeat unquote. Say it to one another, and then or say it to yourself. You can say it to yourself like a memory verse. Okay, say it to yourself. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Unquote. Have you really sat, walked, lived, okay, or lived around people who are so intelligent and everything is just about themselves and they really do not care about the people around them? Okay, how does that make you feel? I think on Arise 77 we will pick up one of the days we'll pick up just the traits, the maybe the characteristics, okay, or the trait of leadership, and then maybe take it one on one, and we can look at leaders who are enthusiastic or leaders who are charismatic, and then give us the understanding of the word charismatic. Charismatic is not just about the frequency with which you speak or the exuberance with which you exhume yourself before people, but no, I like it, okay, because I've chanced on one of the definitions that I like about charismatic by one of the former prime ministers of Israel, who said it is how you make people feel in your presence. You see, how you make people feel in your presence. We are looking at how to connect with people, and we've said their heart comes first. So always make sure your heart is right towards people. And secondly, you connect with them both in public and in private. And when it comes to that point, please remember that people really do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. Okay? But also remember that they also knew that it was true. People know. So you develop credibility with people when you connect with them and show them that genuinely you want to help them. So when it comes to people, now when you are genuine with people, people know. You see, when you genuinely want to help people, people know that you are genuine. If you are not genuine too, people will know. My name is Pastor De-Graft. This is Arise 777. We are exploring how some of the ways by which we can connect with people. We've said if you want to connect with people, make sure that you go there with your heart first. Okay. And then secondly, you have to remember that you need to connect with people both in private and in public. Under that consideration, we want you to know that people all over the world do not really care how much you know until they know how much you care about them. Okay, so look at the next stage of connecting with people. Okay, so connect with people. If you want to really connect with people, you do that one at a time. Okay, tell yourself, don't forget the heart goes first. Okay, when you connect with people. Secondly, you connect with them publicly and privately. Thirdly, you connect with people one at a time. Okay, one at a time. So even if you are speaking like public speaking, if you are speaking to a group of people, all right, the admonition is that, I mean, as a pastor, I am a pastor as well as you, as most of you, and or maybe all of my audience know. So when I stand in the pulpit and I'm preaching, I don't look at all the people. I know all the people are there, they need to hear. But in my mind's eye, I just picture one person, okay, that, and I assume that I'm speaking to that person and make sure that I connect with that person effectively and very well, and that the ripple effect will be, as others say, history. Okay, so the heart comes first when you're connecting with people. Connect with them both privately and publicly. Don't just do it one way. Just do both. Make sure you're always doing both. And then 3, connect with people one at a time. So a key to connecting with others is recognizing that even in a group, you have to relate to people as individuals. I like it. General Norman Schwarzkopf, General Norman Schwarzkopf remarked, and I quote, okay, I have seen competent leaders who stood in front of a platoon, and all they saw was a platoon. But great leaders stand in front of a platoon and see it as a 44 individuals, each of whom has aspirations, each of whom wants to live, each of whom wants to do good. That's the only way to connect with people. Okay, that's the only way to connect with people. Now, connecting with people, even in a group, you have to see them as individuals and minister to them. Okay, see them as individuals. From the quote of Dr. Norman or General Norman, look at what he says. But great leaders stand in front of a platoon and see it as 44 individuals, each of whom has aspirations, each of whom wants to live, each of whom, can I add my own, wants to be loved, wants to be cherished, okay? Each of whom wants to do good. That is the only way to connect with people. So I hope we've added value to you. Let's pick up the last one. Is that okay with you? Okay, this is Arise 777. We are looking at relationship and how we can connect with people all through our lives. Now, please, this works not just with your immediate family, but with strangers, with friends, and with others. Remember, it begins from the heart. Always, okay, public and private, keep it up. And then again, one at a time. So one person at a time, okay? And that is key, because whether you are looking at a group or not, it's made up of individuals. Okay, don't just stand there and think, oh, all these people are the same. No, remember, they're human beings, treat them as such. So finally, as your master will put it, put a 10 on every person's head. So if you want to connect effectively with people, put a 10 on the head of each person. What is he trying to say? See people as they are. See them as intelligent individuals, visionary individuals, empowered individuals. Don't judge them by their outward appearance. Okay? Treat people as human beings, and then you can really effectively connect with them. Go behind, seek to understand them, seek to know them, or someone who says, seek to understand them done to be understood. So let's look at it carefully. Put a 10, where 10 means excellent. Okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 means excellent, 10 means that is the best all that you can give when it comes to connecting with people, dealing with people. See them as people who have been created in the image of God. And when you place the premium on them, I promise you, you can really, really and effectively connect with them. So let's see. Put a 10 on every person's head. Okay. One of the best things you can do for people, John Maxwell says, is to expect the best of them. That is the best way. I mean, every human being, human beings have need, but every human being need to be trusted, to be believed in, to be placed faith in. Okay, every human being want to be appreciated, want to be valued, and then to be made aware that he or she is valuable. Okay, so one of the best things you can do for people, okay, in order to connect with them effectively, is to expect the best of them. Now, John Maxwell in his writings called that putting a 10 on everyone's head. Now, this should be done for everyone. Don't judge people based on their level of education or their money that they have. No, place a 10 on everyone's head, particularly for those of you are parents and you have more than 2, 3 children. Please Please believe in the best. You can't judge them equally, but please place the same value on each of them. Very, very important. Okay, very important. Now, it helps others think more highly of themselves. When you do that, it helps others think more highly of themselves. When people know that you believe in them, okay, you trust them, you know they can do it, you know they can become, and that is the motivation for Arise 777. Because I believe that every individual that's been created in the image of God can rise to his maximum potential if he pays attention to these 5 key areas of his life: attitude, relationship, integrity, in other words, character, spirituality, or security, or, and finally, excellence. You do everything with excellence. Okay, so it's very important. Let me go over one more time. It helps others think more highly of themselves when you do that. And at the same time, it also helps you. You see, it helps you it helps you in many ways. Okay, not to look down on any other human beings, but to value all people. Okay, very, very important. Okay, now according to Jack Weasel, a survey of 100 self-made millionaires. I like this quote or this citation, this thing that John Maxwell quoted in this book. I like it. Listen, I quoted: a survey of 100 self-made millionaires showed only one common denominator. These highly successful men and women could only see the good in people. Now, I unquote, I hope you are not getting me that, I mean, don't do your research, don't investigate, just accept people who say, no, that's not what we are saying. Remember, we are traveling. This is how to connect with people. If you're a leader, you want to create things and make things happen, you have to connect with people in the right frame of mind, the right heart, in the right context. And one of the things you need to do is to place a value of 10 on each. In other words, make sure you expect the best of all of them. Now, the research that was made about millionaires, this was the conclusion. All of these highly successful men and women could only see the good in people. Now, if you walk in life only for you to see only the good in people, I tell you, no matter what, I mean, you believe in them until the people themselves prove to you that they are not good. But from your perspective, you want them to know that even if they think they are not good, they can be. All right. So for your sake, please make sure you do that. So Benjamin Disraeli, former Prime Minister of Israel, understood and practiced this concept. And it was one of the secrets of his charisma. He once said, and I quote, Disraeli, the greatest good you can do for another is not just to share your riches, but to reveal to him his own. Unquote. I'll go back to Disraeli. We are bringing our time together to an end. Look at it. The greatest good you can do for another is not just to share your riches, but to reveal to him his own, and let me add, his own riches, unquote. Now, if you appreciate others, encourage them, and help them reach their potential, they will connect with you. And that is all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do. I want to connect with you and let you know that, first of all, God is created in his image. He believes in you. Secondly, I believe in you. That is why I do what I do. Okay? So believe in yourself, believe in God, that God has created you, and believe in what he has given to you, and trust him to bring out your best. I am here to do that. Help you navigate through this life successfully without losing your faith in Christ. You can rise to your maximum potential. You can rise to become all that God has created you to become if you can cooperate with him. All right. When it comes to relationship, if you can know how to connect with people by, first of all, connecting them in your heart. Secondly, doing that privately and publicly. And then also connecting with people one at a time. And then finally, making sure that you place a 10 on every person's head. Any person you connect with, any person that is around you, whether the person your messenger, security officer, or what was your servant, right up to the richest or the knowledgeable, the most knowledgeable person or oldest person, if you place a 10 on the head of each of them, you will experience, or you will connect with people and get the best out of them. Thank you so much. God richly bless you. I'll come your way same time next week, where we'll continue to look at the results of connection in the workplace. What is the result in the workplace? When we connect effectively, what will the results be? So thank you. God richly bless you. It's Arise 777. Go out there and connect with people. Connect with people from your heart. Okay? From your heart. And place a 10 on each individual. Thank you. God richly bless you. I'll see you again, same time next week on Arise 777. Bye-bye.